Catherine, now I wanted to ask you about this because we heard an update on Lee Anderson's claim that he was offered money to join the Reform Party. Tell us more.
Yes, there's a real war of words that's broken out between Lee Anderson, the deputy chair of the Conservative Party, and Richard Tice, the leader of the Reform Party. We've had an exclusive statement from Lee Anderson in the last few minutes on GBNews. I will give you the details shortly, but just to wrap up for anybody who's not been following this through the day, the Sunday Times reported this morning that Lee Anderson there'd been a leaked recording of Lee Anderson saying that he'd been offered £400,000 to defect from the Conservatives to the Reform Party. Richard Tice of the Reform Party was on broadcast this morning, said that absolutely not, that no money had been offered, that yes, of course, Reform talked to people of all parties, but at no point was any money offered. And he basically said Lee Anderson was just doing this to use this as leverage to get himself made deputy chairman of the Conservative Party. Now, Lee Anderson has issued a statement, and it's quite long. I'll just read you a few bits, but basically said the allegations made by Richard Tice are simply ridiculous. Yes, he goes on to say that he talks to people of from lots of parties, that he was made an offer, goes on about his reasons for wanting to become deputy chairman, but it says that this was in no way connected to an offer of a job with Reform, and says Mr. Tice needs to look closer to home to see what his own senior members are saying and doing behind the scenes. He needs to keep better control of his party. Otherwise, incidents like this just make them look like amateurs, and amateurs whose only purpose seems to be giving Starmer the keys to number 10. Now, I should point out, both these men are politicians. They are both also GBNews presenters, though fortunately, perhaps, they do not present shows on the same day. But lots of people are keen on the Reform Party. They go up to 10% in the polls. Lots of people think that they are part of the answer. But of course, the Conservative message and the Lee Anderson message is, if you vote for Reform, all you're going to do is put Labour and Keir Starmer into Downing Street.